Hello everybody, Blugoblin here on behalf of Dark Avenger Inc. I am here to accept a mission from my student, TheMtVernonKid. He gave us a mission for a fantasy movie. It could be based off a comic book, or I believe he also said like a video game or something like that. I want to base a movie off of a video game. I had thought about a premise for a Teen Titans movie, but if I were to do a Teen Titans movie, I would base it off the Judas Contract story, but do a live action version. But God, there'd be so many people to cast, I wouldn't know where to begin. The only thing I know of for sure that I would cast Ron Perlman as Deathstroke. That's the only thing I could think of right off the top of my head. I don't know who I would cast as the Teen Titans. That sounded like too much to think about, so I decided to pass on that. But what I decided to do is I would give my thoughts on who I would cast for a Legend of Zelda movie. This is a movie I have been wanting for years. I mean, hell, if they can push out the crap-tastic Super Mario Brothers movie and force it down our throats back in the day, God, Nintendo has had years to do this. We have been demanding it. We have been screaming for it. We have been wanting it so bad. There's been fan films of this, but I want a legitimate Hollywood movie based on The Legend of Zelda. And I would like to do it like this. I don't know who I would cast to write the movie. I don't know who I would cast to write it, but I do know who I would cast to direct it, and I would cast Peter Jackson, because I think he, if you saw his work with The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, I think he would be great for it. The story I would base the movie off of this. Sorry, the light can't see it that well. I would base it off the Ocarina of Time. Without a doubt, one of the best Zelda games ever made. Probably the best of all time, but that's based on opinion. My personal favorite is the original Legend of Zelda, but you really can't make a movie based on that. If you're going to make a movie based on Zelda, it has to be based off Ocarina of Time. I feel like it just has to be. But what I would do is have like a three-movie story, like Lord of the Rings did. Because Ocarina of Time is a long story. When you really look at it, I mean, how long would one movie have to be to cover almost everything in Ocarina of Time? God, you'd be there for like 5 or 6 hours. So I would divide it into like 3 movies. With the third movie ending with the final confrontation between Link and Ganon, or Ganondorf. But now let me talk about the 3 main cast members. I'm not going to go into big details who I would cast for the Zoras or the Gorons or anything like that. I'm just going to base off the 3 main characters, Link, Zelda, and Ganondorf. Okay, now for the role of Link, ever since I saw this guy in The Lord of the Rings, I'm talking about Orlando Bloom as Legolas. As soon as I saw him for the first time when I watched Lord of the Rings, I said, God, that dude could play Link. I mean, he had the look. I mean, the only thing he was missing was a green hat. If you put a green hat on Legolas, he would look like Link, but that's just my opinion. I mean, he doesn't have to have the exact look from the video game. I mean, you can tweak things around to make Link look badass. Pardon my French. But I really think if given the right makeup, given the right costume design and everything for a Hollywood movie based off this franchise, I think Orlando Bloom could do a good Link. He really could. And if he was given a proper script, I think he could pull it off. Now, as far as Zelda goes, now this one was a tough one. I thought about this. Who could play Princess Zelda and pull it off? And if anybody says Megan Fox, hell no. Hell no. No, not Megan Fox. God, no. 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 No! Okay. Um, mm, that's that's a good one. This. Okay, I think I might get some dirty looks or probably some disagreeing comments from this, but once again, it comes down to if she were given a good script, if she took the role seriously, and if the makeup and the costume design was done properly, I would say Emma Stone. I mean, if you gave her the right costume and did the makeup right, and if the script was good, she could do it. I really think she could. Not to mention, she's incredibly gorgeous, in my opinion. I fan crushed on this girl ever since Zombieland, and if she can do a movie like Zombieland, and then be so versatile to do so many other movies, I mean, when you really look at it, I wouldn't say she was versatile. Nah, I gotta take that back. I wouldn't say she was versatile, but I think she could do it. I think she could play a good Zelda. I think she could. Once again, you gotta look at it. You gotta look at it from perspective. If the script was right and if she took it seriously, yeah, I think she could do it. Now, for Ganondorf, this was the character I thought of first. Oh man, this was for Ganondorf. There's only one thing wrong with this pick. It'll never happen. For obvious reasons. Sadly. But I thought about this. And for Ganondorf, it's a shame that this will never happen because I would have loved to have seen this. If I was able to cast this guy to play Ganondorf, I really, honestly, and truly believe he could have pulled it off. And my pick for Ganondorf is the late Michael Clarke Duncan. I am such a big fan of him. I was such a big fan of him. And it really, it hit me real hard when he passed away. Rest in peace, Mr. Duncan. We do miss you. But seeing the roles that he has done in fantasy movies, he played Kingpin. Oh God, who could forget his role in The Green Mile? Jesus, who could forget that? I mean, look at all the stuff that he's done. I mean, honestly, once again, if the costume design was right, if the makeup was done perfectly, and if he had a good script, and if he really wanted to sit down and nail this character, oh my God, I really and truly believe in my heart that he could have pulled this off. I really think he could have. He would probably have to ham it up just a little bit. Not too much, but just a little bit to really make you believe, hey, this guy's Ganon. Oh, yeah. Without a doubt, I would have loved to have seen if Michael Clarke Duncan, the late, great Michael Clarke Duncan, could have portrayed a Hollywood version of Ganondorf. Oh, God. I'm just thinking about it right now in my head. It would have been so good. Would have been so good. That's just what I believe. Then again, I'm a huge Zelda mark. I'm using wrestling terms on a video game. Okay. But, yeah, there you go. That's what I would do. And once again, it would have to be based off Ocarina of Time. I don't think there's a more perfect storyline for a Zelda game or for a Zelda movie that you can use other than Ocarina of Time. And it would be great. I don't know who I would cast for the rest of the people. That's all open for debate. But I just looked at the story and the three main characters of the movie. But yeah, that's what I would love to see. I would pay big. I would pay double the price of a regular ticket to go see that if it would have been made that way. But I'm throwing a question back out to you. Who would you cast to write this movie? But because I have no idea who could write a movie like that. I don't really know who could do it. But send me some feedback. I'd like to know what you think of this. Do you think this would have worked if all the stuff that I just laid out to you was thrown out at us on the big screen? Do you think Orlando Bloom would be a good Link? Do you agree that Emma Stone could be a good Princess Zelda? Do you believe Michael Clark Duncan would have nailed the role of Ganondorf? Tell me what you think. And to my student, the Mount Vernon kid, I hope this entertains your notion about your mission, and love to hear back from everybody. And I want to thank y'all for watching this. Please subscribe to Dark Avenger Inc, DarkAvengerINCPlus. Follow them on Facebook. I'll put the links in the description. And go by my channel, Blugoblin01 and BluGoblinX. Go to those channels and subscribe to them, please. I would appreciate it. This has been a video for Dark Avenger Inc. Plus. I want to thank y'all for watching, and until next time, I'll see y'all later.